What have I done?
Brad, what did you pay for this lot?
I just bought a massive sneaker collection from a local collector. It's all in the back of the van right now, so let's go and have a look. What have I done? So yesterday I saw this pop up on Marketplace, and this guy was clearly a collector of sneakers. These are all his sneakers. So there is a massive range here of brand new dead stock, slightly worn and very well worn, which we will show you very shortly. But I want to show you a few of the brands that stick out to me in this lot. There is some Yeezys, and I'm pretty sure these are unworn. There's a whole bunch of Nike Air Force Ones, Air Max 90s. We've got some really cool collabs from Sneaker Freaker and Puma. We've got New Balance, we've got Vandal Lows, Nike Roche Runs, Air Force Ones, and I think in total we got over 70 pairs of shoes. So let's take them inside, show you a couple of the standouts, and then we'll talk a little bit about how much we actually paid for this. All right, I'm gonna stack them up and take them inside. There are a couple pairs in here that are like actually insane, and I know these ones for a fact are quite expensive, these Sneaker Freakers. They've even got their original paper in there. These are a really nice pair of shoes, so they were a really cool one to get straight off the bat. Oh, almost lost the paper there. That's a good base plate, that one. This reminds me of working back at Sports Power back in the day, stacking up the shoes, getting them upstairs on the floor. Gonna try and build some stack integrity here.
How are we going for structural integrity? Because this looks a little bit like, what's that game, Jenga?
Yeah, it's gonna make it, I hope, or maybe not that one.
Oh!
All right, let's do this. Those 7 years working at Sports Power have come in handy, I can tell you. All right, guys, let's go through this first stack here, and I'll kind of break them down as we go into like things that I think are like sellable in terms of condition, stuff that is new, and then stuff that we might have to clean up or do a little bit of tidying to make them sellable. So first up, we've got a Nike Creator Impact. These look like they're in pretty good condition. They have been worn, so one for the worn pack. Luckily, they are a size 12, which is really good. All of these are from like 11.5 through to about a 13, which is great sizing. Whoops, we got a nice pair of Yeezys here. Now, I'm pretty sure all the Yeezys were like new, so they don't even look like they've been worn. This guy was a serious collector, so I do believe that all of this is original.
Quack.
I do believe all of these are like original and authentic, just based on what he had. And also, I sort of collect a little bit of sneakers. When I say collect, I have like 7 pairs. So I do kind of know what I'm looking at in most cases. So these are a nice pair of Zoom LeBron 5s. These are old school and they have obviously been worn, so we'll put them in a worn stack. I think being older with their box, we'll still get some good money out of those. We've got Blaze of Glory, some nice little Puma shoes here. Look like they're in good condition, probably worn a couple of times, those ones. We'll put them in the worn stack. Oh, we got some Jordans, Jordan 2 Retro Lows. They're actually really nice, those ones. Obviously have been worn, as you can see by the sole, but apart from that, they are in really good condition. You do have to check these over for like cracking around the sole here, because sometimes these midsoles do separate. Now this one looks like it's pretty good. We did get a couple that are seriously damaged, which I'll show you later on as well. But I'd say they've been worn, but good condition. Nike Zoom Kobe 4s. Gotta love some Kobe's. Some really nice collectible Nikes in here. This is a size 12, good condition, probably worn once or twice once again. Really nice to see all these boxes as well. That's definitely gonna help the resale on these. Puma's not my favorite brand of shoes to sell, but these are a nice pair. These are the suede Tommy Smiths. Again, being worn, as you can see, quite heavily on this one, so we will have to disclose that and give them a nice little clean up. What you want to be looking for on these is splitting, so you can see there is splitting down the middle there as well on these, so that's probably a problem, so we'll put them aside. Damaged. These are a nicer pair here, better condition. What ones are these? These are TX3 CNYs, nice reds and whites. Those are in really good condition, probably worn once or twice. Doesn't look to be like damage on those at all, so that's a really nice pair. Put those with the Yeezys. Stripe STs, Nice little casual shoe here. Again, worn, but probably once or twice based on that sole. Really good condition. This guy had like 140 pairs of shoes, so can't imagine he wore a lot of these too often. Some Sauconys. We haven't had a lot of luck with Sauconys, but I mean, he did have a really nice collection. Again, you can see about sole, there's a little bit of dirt on it, but apart from that, very good condition. No sort of like holes in the back, which is another thing you need to check, is because a lot of people's ankles wear down in here. So if there's like marks or like indents in there, that's going to definitely affect what your shoe value is. Oh look, it's even got the original laces in there as well, so that's super handy. I'm going to put that on the nice pack. EQT support, again, really nice condition. I don't know if these are, oh yeah, they have been worn, but very lightly worn. Again, probably once or twice. A couple more here. Air Max 90s, these are pretty trash, to be honest. So you can see all the splitting of the paint on the sole there. So people do buy these because they potentially resole them, or they want the specific style because these are an older pair. So these will probably still sell. I don't think we're gonna get top dollar for them, obviously, with all that paint cracking. The actual upper doesn't look too bad, so maybe someone will resole them, maybe someone will grab them for a collection, or maybe they just like the colorway. These are a really nice pair. So these are actually quite collectible. Again, there is some paint cracking across the sole there, but they are an older style. These are Airstar Premiums. The actual insole of them looks pretty good. The outsole looks pretty good. It's just really this midsole that's sort of cracking up. You can see the paint crack there. The bottoms aren't too worn really, so I still think they're sellable. There's some really good shoes in here. I'd say on average you're looking at between sort of 70, and I think there's a shoe in here that's about 450 bucks, so ooh, that'll be pretty fun.
Oh my lord.
This is one of the better ones that we just sort of showed you guys off in the car quickly. These are a Sneaker Freaker collab with Puma. Really nice shoe, really good condition, has all the interchangeable insoles, the extra laces in there as well. So this one is probably one of the higher value ones that we have in the lot, I reckon. Oh, these are nice too. KD 7s, really good condition. Those are probably being worn once or twice, as you guys can see. The colors are still popping on those. And those are a size 11. So all of these are really, really good sizing, 11 through 13, which is a really hot spot for sneaker collectors. So I'm pretty confident they'll go really quick.
I already forgot that there's more.
I had to back the van up because it started raining. Of course, when you're trying to film a video about shoes, it starts raining.
How rude.
But we've got so much more here to go through. So I'm gonna build another stack up on here. That one's too fat. You need to be aware of these issues as a shoe stacker. Which shoes are gonna go together, the heights, all the angles. It's like doing Pythagoras, really. So I think I should have a degree in shoe stacking. If someone can organize that for me, that'd be great. This is probably the dodgiest stack I'll ever do, but let's give it a crack. Yeah, we're good to go, we're good to go. Stack number 2. We have a nice pair of Sauconys. Check out this colorway. What do you call that? Mint green. Again, really good condition. Those have probably been wear once. There's some really light marking on the sole there, but a nice shoe all the same. I'll put that in the good pile. We've got a pair of Adidas ZX Flux, worn, but good condition, nice colorway, the black camo on those. Size 12, so good size once again. We'll chuck them in the slightly worn pile. We've got some Asics Gel Respector. They are some vibrant colors, that one. It's like a kind of like a pinky salmon for the boys and some gray. Probably worn once or twice once again. Really good condition, most of these. Like, he was pretty open about like which ones were new and which ones he had worn and hadn't worn. So that's definitely gonna help us out. These are definitely worn. These are Superstar 2 blings. Nice little silver little tones on the 3 stripe right there. Again, a good size, 11.5. That's my size.
I'm hearing that occasionally.
Okay, we have a Tokilo TKT. Nice little casual shoes. Really like low, have been worn, but again, pretty good nick. We'll be able to clean that up. What works really good on this sort of stuff is magic erasers. So if you get a little bit of water, put it on your magic eraser, this sort of like scuffing in that will come up really nicely and that'll look almost brand new. The soles are a little bit more tricky. You might need to get like a, I don't know, a flathead screwdriver to get the rocks out and give it a bit of a scrape to make them nice and clean. But I think they will still sell quite well. What do we got here? We got a nice pair of Nike Roche Run. These were like super hot at one point, these Roches. They did like a lower cut as well. Again, these have been worn, but still usable condition and a good colorway as well. So I think they'll go quite well as well. Okay, Air Max 90 leather. These are a nice pair here. These are the ones you do have to be careful with. So I usually just give them a little bit of a push around this area right here, and you'll see if they start cracking in that bit, because that's where they do come loose. But that one is a nice pair. Again, worn, but pretty good condition for its age. So I think we'll be able to get some decent money on those. Gotta love the LeBron 11s. LeBron James.
Oh, 11 did you say?
11, well, they are 11 and they're also an 11. This colorway is crazy. Now, I need you guys to tell me LeBron or Jordan, who is the best basketball player of all time? Who's the GOAT? These are in beautiful condition, probably worn once or twice. That colorway is gonna go super quick. I really like those. I don't think they'll be sitting around too long at all. I'll try and pop some comps up on here as we go as well, just to try and give you guys an idea of what I think we might be able to sell them for. We got another pair of R1 SLT 9-packs. These are in nice condition as well. Probably worn once or twice, but no major scuffing. Beautiful Adidas. I think they'll go nice and fast, especially they're 12. I thought they might be my size. Oh, we dropped one. These are really clean. They're both brand new. They haven't even been worn. These are ZX Flux Fluoro. You could run them at night and they'd see you from a mile away. They'll be a nice little pair to put up real quick, brand new, out the door they'll go. Saucony, once again, another pair of Saucony. These are Grid 9000s. I don't know too much about Saucony, unfortunately. Not a brand I've had a lot of experience with, but being that this guy was a pretty serious collector, I'm sure these will still have some decent value in them. I'll try and put a comp up here so you can have a look. Worn, but good nick. Air Force Ones. These are nice. What size are these? 12. Nice colorway, the browns. Again, they have been worn, as you can see by the sole here. There is some dirt. We'll clean that out before we sell them. Good size 12. Air Force Ones, always a good seller. And for the price we paid, I'm pretty happy. We'll talk about that in a minute. Vandal Low Premiums. Vandals are a shoe that usually does quite well if they're in good nick. These have like the hook and loop system across the top. Make sure you don't use Velcro on your titles because that'll get you veroed real quick. Nice colorway, black, green, size 12. Again, worn, but they'll go. Another Nike here, another Roche Run. This is a nice little sort of camo print, kind of got like floral on it. Good sizing, once again, 12. Again, worn, good enough to sell. We're getting through them here, guys. We're getting through them. Attitude High. I do like a pair of highs in the collection, and these are my size as well, but I don't think I'll be keeping Adidas. Nike is probably more so what I like to wear. When I say collect, I wear them all, so I'm not really like saving them or anything, but nice pair, nice colorway, nice box, that'll sell. I'm running out of room here. Let's push this back over there. Whoops. All right, we got a nice pair of these are New Balance. I was going to call these Nikes. What a rookie. These are in pretty good nick as well. These are the ML574 ILC. I really like this colorway actually. I think they'll do quite well on eBay. Worn, but good condition. Should probably go pick that one up. I just threw on the ground. Ultra Boost. Ultra Boost are generally really nice shoe to sell. Again, these have been worn, as you can see by the sole. They've got the continental grip. So if you see that on a shoe, it generally indicates it's got a little bit of value. Nice colorway, the gray, good condition, worn once or twice. These were 260 bucks brand new. Superstar. Ooh, I think these might stay in here for a little bit. We'll come back to these. Rookie mistake right there. I probably won't go through every single one of these because we'll be here for ages, but I'll try and point out some stuff that I think is going to have good value. So these are Air Flight 89, good colorway, good condition. I think they'll sell really well. Some New Balance here. These are MR820 WGs. Quick look-see for you guys. They'll do all right. Oh, these are sick. Air Trainer SC. Check out that colorway. I really like those in a size 12. Nice, they'll go well. Forum Lows RS, that is a really cool collab. I think this collab does sell quite well. Forum Low RS 25th anniversary. So we'll throw that one up. Oh, I do have to point these out because these are cool. These are Li Ning. So this is like a Chinese brand, and I think this is a specific collab. And I think these go for about 100 to 150, somewhere around there. I'll try and put a comp up for you guys. These are worn, but I know that when I did some comping before, these looked pretty good. Encore Overtown they're called, so that'll be interesting. Couple nice pair of Pumas. I'm not a big fan of Pumas myself, but someone will buy them. Sauconys, again, that's like the reverse colorway of those ones we had before. The other ones were like gray and salmon, and these ones are salmon and gray. Good size as well. As I said, all of this stuff is good sizing. He got them on sale for 69 bucks. That's a good deal. Air Force One premiums. You know, Air Force Ones is a good shoe to have, and it's the premium range of this as well. These look, I don't want to say unworn, but worn very, very lightly, maybe once. They're a really nice colorway as well. So I reckon that one might be one that we need to pop up on the screen for a price point. 11.5, Jasmine. All right, we have another pair of New Balance here. Just a nice white on green. They are a size 12 MC Ruzza. MC Ruzza. I think this stack getting out of control. Another pair of, what's happening? Another pair of big Nike highs. They're a nice colorway as well, the gray and the white. Good condition once again, probably worn once or twice, but I mean, I'm very happy with that. Pick up this pair I threw on the ground. Nice pair of Converse here. These are the Molden Racer OX. There you go, Converse. You know Converse has a little bit of a following, so they could be an interesting one. Asics Gel Light 2s. 3s, sorry, always sell quite well, the gel lights, happy with that. And then we got a couple more Yeezys. We got the orange. Wow, they are brand newies, unworn. That's just a little bit of fleck or something, but they do have the original tag on them as well. Beautiful condition Yeezys, so they'll be worth a couple of dollary doos. And then another.
Oh, no.
It tried to kill me.
Oh, no.
It tried to kill me.
Not the Yeezys.
Let's sort that out. Stay. Another pair of Yeezys. These are the, what would you call that? Blue, purple. Again, maybe worn once, those ones. So
Twilight Lilac.
Twilight Lilac,
I just
Jasmine
made
says.
that up.
I'm happy with that. I still got more. All right, we have to do the net clutch and carry on these ones because these boxes are a little bit damaged, so they're not going to stack very well. And you can see they're already falling over. We've got a Air Force One, older style, white, red, worn. That'll go right. These are a pair of Adidas Superstar 2s. Once again, worn. They look like poo-poo. We'll have to give them a nice little clean. We got some nice little Vans here. Vans always sell well. I mean, they don't sell for crazy money, but there is a nice little following for them. I'd never heard of this brand before, Lugs. These retailed at 140 bucks originally, like kind of like a Timberland, but not a Timberland. Nice colorway, good condition. So I have to test those out. I don't know too much about Lugs. Got another pair of Nike Maverick. Nice little low. Blue, worn. We'll need some love. There goes the shoe bit. These are cool. Air Max 90 Premiums. They look like LeBron. I think that's LeBron. They're nice. They might actually be in the wrong box potentially. That's an interesting one. What do we got here? And another Superstar 2. Most of the Superstars were probably the ones that I think were like most worn. As you guys can see, there's kind of some rubbing, some jeans on them, and yeah, I mean, if we clean them up, I still think they will sell quite well, but they do need a little bit of love. We're down to the last, well, not the last, there's some more I want to show you, but the last box, let's call it that. All right, we have a nice pair. These are actually a pretty good one, but the box is a little bit hay on. They're a special edition. I think they are the St. Paddy's Day because they've got the little 4-leaf clover on the side there. These have been worn, as you guys can see, but saying they are collectible because they are, you know, kind of a unique collab, I think they'll go quite well. I'm gonna say 100 to 150 on those, but I'll pop up a comp for you guys. These are really nice. TS Light Switch Gill brand new, Chocolate City, even got the tag on it. So that'll sell. Another pair of classic BWs. Again, these ones have been well worn, so there is some cracking around the sole. It's actually better that these older ones have been worn, because if they get left in the box and unworn, that's when their soles start to split. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. So I wouldn't be turning down old Nikes if they've been worn, because that can actually like save them from breaking down. These are a really nice pair, Air Max Premiums. Again, I'm sure these have specific names, which I'll look up and do myself. Now these at the front do have a little bit of peeling, so I might need to put some shoe glue back on those, if you can see that at the front, to get those nice and clean. But I think they'll still sell because they are like a little bit of a collector's edition. This stack is getting out of hand. Another nice pair of Superstars. These ones Ilux, which is a nice little collab, I believe, as well. They're a nice colorway. They almost look like Celtics, but we'll see on those. Running out of space. Now all of these here without their box, but there is some really nice collabs in here. Unfortunately, that Asics has a little bit of damage on the sole. There is some Sauconys in here, some New Balances, some Asics. So I did a little bit of research on some of these, and most of these pairs were looking at around between 80 to 100, even loose, because they had a little bit more collectability, some collabs in here that are definitely worth a little bit more money. So I'm gonna show you the ones that are damaged, and I'm going to tell you what to look for in those damaged ones, and then we'll go back to that crazy pair of Adidas that we had. These are the damaged ones, and I want to show you what to look for on these so you can keep an eye out for yourself if you are buying Nikes and stuff like that. So the first thing you'll start to see is this separation around the side here, and that just means the glue's letting go, and eventually this sole will actually separate from the shoe itself. So that's one thing you want to be keeping an eye out for. That's kind of like, I guess, the starting stage of the problem, and we've got some examples here of much worse stage. These ones here you have to be careful. Again, look, coming away from the side there. These like fresh foam types do have a little bit of a tendency to do this, come away from the side here. So obviously I can't really sell this shoe to someone that wants to wear it, but I might be able to sell it to someone that wants to resole it potentially. There is some like market for that, especially on specific Nikes. These ones are really bad. Check that out. Like you could literally take that off. It's like, it's dead. So keep an eye out for that. A couple other pairs here, once again, same story. This one's very scuffed. This one's just starting to come away at the sole. So if you grab a pair of shoes and you just do a little bit of a pinch test, and if you see any splitting along the seams there or on this side, or a flex test on the bottom and the bottom of the shoe starts splitting, they're no good, guys. You definitely need to be aware of that when you're buying Nikes. So what did we pay for all of this? That's the big question I'm sure you guys are asking. We paid $2,100, $2,100 for this whole lot, which equals out about $30 a shoe, which I think is pretty fair, because I think on the low end, some of these will go for 50, but there is a couple in here that'll go 150, 200 bucks. And there is one in particular that I want to show you guys before I talk about how I'm going to sell these. Okay guys, this is the creme de la creme of the collection. These are an Adidas Superstar 2 PT Def Jam Ghost Face Edition. Look at these bad boys. They are brand new in their box, beautiful condition. Now, these are very hard to comp. There are no eBay comps currently on these shoes. I think on GOAT, they were like $800–900. So there are comps around that price for brand new ones. I obviously don't think I'm going to get that on eBay, but I'm going to put them pretty high and sit on them for a while and see if we get any offers, because these are very hard to find, especially in Australia, in a size 12, which is a crazy size to have these in. So let's just conservatively say we get 500 bucks for these. That's 500 bucks back out of 2,100, and we still have 68 pairs of shoes to sell. So I'm very happy with this deal. We're going to be selling most of these off over on eBay, but we're also going to be doing a couple of these over on Whatnot on one of our sneaker shows. Speaking of Whatnot, Jazz's first show is this Friday, and we're going to show you right now some of the stuff she's going to be flipping on Whatnot tonight at 5:30 p.m. because there's some crazy high-end women's stuff that she's going to be auctioning off.
Okay, I'm just getting started hanging things, but I'm already blowing my own mind. We're gonna have a bunch of designer stuff, and a lot of it is new with tags, new Sass and Bide for all your sequin dreams to come true. This one is a King of Chiller. It is new without tags. We're also going to bring some fun. We've got like some little Outcast party dresses. I'm going to bring some black milk, heaps of Gorman. I'm going to have the best time of my life. It is at 5:30 tonight on Whatnot, but also go bookmark it so it tells you your local time because I don't want you to miss out. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully we will see you tonight, but before you go, let us know in the comments, what do you think of the shoe deal and how many do you think Brad's going to keep?